will do well to recognize a good number of our statesmen, women, and leaders of folks, party stalwarts, and distinguished guests of His Excellency the Governor that have found time to grace today's event. And so we'd like to keep that recognition coming at this point in time.
All right, once again, moving on with recognizing the personalities who are here with us. But before I move on, I'd like to say kudos to Ndimu. Of course, it's not easy having such architectural edifice, something befitting of the times. Now, moving on quickly, I'd like to recognize the presence of Barrister Sam Ejogo, and also the presence of Obuagu Ken Obieka. Here with us also is Bishop and also Chief Maria Mbanozo. Livy Uzuku. Also recognize the presence of Professor Vitalis Ajumbe. Also recognizing the presence of Justice
And just walking in is the former governor of Imo State, His Excellency Dr. Ikedio Hakim. May we please remain seated.
Permit me, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome the Deputy President of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, who also doubles as the APC gubernatorial candidate for Delta State, Obarisi of Uroboland, Your Excellency, Distinguished Senator Ovie Omoagege. We'd like to welcome you. Can we please welcome him with a resounding applause? Can we please welcome the Deputy President of the Senate with a resounding applause, please? Thank you. Let me also recognize the presence and arrival of His Excellency, the Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, who also doubles as the first Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. We'd like to welcome you. Can we welcome His Excellency with a resounding applause, please? Thank you very much for coming, sir. I'd also like to recognize and welcome the Deputy Governor of Imo State, His Excellency Professor Placid Njoku. We'd like to appreciate your presence and all that you've been doing in the last 1 month to ensure that this event holds successfully. We appreciate you and all that has gone into the organizing of these events. For the cameraman, if the flowers or the flower vases will disrupt you, disturb you from having established pictures, and especially the video cameras, you may wish to take them off in a manner that would not affect the ambience and the aesthetics that have been put in place for this event.
All right, and we still continue to recognize the individuals who have graced this occasion. I'd like to recognize the presence of Justice Teresa Chikeka, and also recognize the presence of Ugumba Uchewosu. Recognizing the presence of Alhaji Awal Bab Suleiman Sarik Kausawa. And also here with us is Alhaji Yusuf Suleiman Njoko, Chief Imam. I recognize the presence of Honorable Uche Naji. I recognize the presence of General Ike Nwachukwu. Once again, welcome, sir. I recognize the presence of General Azubike Ihejoka. I recognize the presence of Senator Chris Anyanwu. I recognize the presence of Dr. Uche Ibe. Also here with us, Dr. Emeka Wajoba, Dr. Uche Oga, and also recognizing the presence of Dr. Obonaya Ono. Much more personalities to recognize and make welcome the presence of His Excellency Engineer J. Umahi. Also recognize the presence of Right Honorable. Recognize the presence of Ambassador Oke Emuchi, and also the presence of Chief Afam Okeke Ogene. I recognize the presence of Chukwemeka Festus Ogene. I also recognize the presence of Dr. Mrs. Selina Adibwa. Also here with us is Dr. Chidozie Alex Owonaya. Thank you for joining us. Also recognizing the presence of Chief Michael Nakuzie, Dr. Ezechi Chukwu. I recognize your presence. Comrade Oke Paul Wankwo. I recognize your presence. Prince Emeka Festus Udodeme. I recognize your presence. Barrister Chi Joseph Ihemedu. I recognize your presence. Also recognizing Chief Lucky Achinihu AKG. Recognizing Elder Dr. Nana Egu. Also recognize Prince Franz Wandu. I recognize Dr. Peter Aneke. I also take cognizance of the presence of Comrade Kingsley Dozier, and also the presence of Mazi Ambrose Obioha. Also here with us, Prince Victor Morako. I recognize your presence. And also the presence of Professor Vitalis Ajumbe. And also the presence of Chief George Eche. Thank you all for gracing this occasion, and thank you for joining us. DJ, please continue with your stuff cue.
You are God, don't give me. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Yes, you are God, from beginning to the end. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Sing, you got times and seasons in your hand. You call for light out of darkness. Lord, you don't need a man to be the God you are, but you have chosen to call me your own. You've got times and seasons in your hands. You call for light out of darkness. Lord, you don't need any man to be the God you are, but you have chosen us to call us your own. We will sing, you are God, from beginning to the end. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. And we will sing, you are God, from beginning to the end. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Oh, oh, oh. You've got times and seasons in your hands. You call for light out of darkness. Daddy, you don't need any man to be the God you are, but yet you have chosen me to call me your own. You've got times and seasons in your hands. You call forth light out of darkness. Daddy, you don't need any man to be the God you are. But yet you chose me to call me your own. And we will sing, you are God, you are God. From beginning to the end, there is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. And we will sing, you are God, you are God. From beginning to the end, there is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Yeah. Gine Dumo. Gine Dumo. Sing anywhere you lead me, I will go. 'Cause you are the way to better life. Jesus, you never leave me nor forsake me. You are taking me higher. Jesus, my life is for your glory, your glory. Sing, except to build a house, the builders build in vain. We are gonna follow you and go. Anywhere you lead me, I go. Jesus, my life is for your glory, your glory. Sing, except you build a house, the builders build in vain. Me, I go follow you and go. Anywhere you lead me, I go. Jesus, my life is for your glory, your glory. I say, oh yeah, so give oh yeah, Jesus, you're my rolling. Oh yeah, so give oh yeah, Jesus, you're my rolling. Ebe kuwedike bika morabia amo moro yizu parasa ebe mama mo Jesus, you're my Lord. Ebe kuwedike bika morabia amo moro yizu parasa ebe mama mo Jesus, you're my Lord. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, songi oh yeah, oh yeah, Jesus, you're my rolling on. Oh I sing oh yeah, oh yeah, come songi oh yeah, oh yeah, Jesus, you're my rolling on. We say oh yeah, songi oh yeah, oh yeah, Jesus, you're my rolling on. Ebe kuwedike bika marabia amo motu boro hisu barasa ebe mamo Jesus, you're my early Lord. Ebe kuenike ikabia. Amopo tu boroli tu borasa. Ebe mama mo. Jesus, you're my early Lord. Oh Mary Mama, oh Mary Mama, oh Mary Mama. Oh Mary Mama, oh Mary Mama, oh Mary Mama. Oh Mary Mama, oh Mary Mama. Sing Jesus the Lord, my soul. With you, all things are made possible. Oh Jesus, I am in you. If you do nothing else for me, you are done enough. Oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema. We say you are done enough. Oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema. Oh God, you have done enough. Oh Mema, oh Mema, This love will be this over baby. This your love and this your grace and over baby. Your love is so good and your love is so precious and all that baby. Oh na 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 na. We say oh Mary Mama, oh Mary Mama, oh Mary Jesus, oh Mary Mama, oh sing Jesus the Lord Almighty. 'Cause with you all things are made possible. Oh Jesus, I am in you. If you do nothing else for me, Daddy, you have done enough. If you do nothing else for me, I think you have done enough. Oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema. Oh Mema, oh Mema, oh God, you have done enough. Oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, oh Mema, you have done enough. Oh, I say. For the things you have done for me, and the ones you are yet to do, we say, I am for the things you have done for us, for giving us all what we move, I say, I you have done so much for us here. Our mouth cannot tell it all. We say, Imelao, ayekelegina. Ezebona, ayekelegina. Imelao, ayekelegina. Ayekelegina. Imela. For the things you have done for us, the ones you are yet to do, forgiving us of our day. Papa, you have blessed us, Daddy, you have done so much for us. ṣoríire o, ẹlẹ́dàá mi. Bàbá mo ṣoríire o, ṣoríire o, ẹlẹ́dàá mi. Bàbá mo ṣoríire o, ẹlẹ́dàá mi. Bàbá mo ṣoríire o, ẹlẹ́dàá mi.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can we have some volume on this mic real quickly? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival of the #1 citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the special guest of honor visiting Imo State within the last 368 days for the second time, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, being accompanied into this auditorium by the workaholic Governor of Imo State, His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodimma. I'd like us to please applaud His Excellency the President as he takes his seat. We can hear that applause. That applause should even come louder than that for a man who is visiting Imo State twice in less than 1 year. Thank you so much. Please, let's remain standing as we take the national anthem to commence this reception program. The national anthem, please. Let's remain standing for the national prayer. And we are in prayers. Second stanza of the national anthem. O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and true, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice reign. Amen and amen. Please be seated as you put your hands together for the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Welcome to the Government House Banquet Hall, Imo State, where the government of Imo State and the people of the state are receiving the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, on his one-day working visit to the state. It's being brought to you live by Africa's largest television network, the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. My name is Marian Vincent Oko. Would like to inform you that the President, who arrived at Sam Bakwe International Cargo Airport on his one-day official visit, working visit if you call it, to Imo State, has already inaugurated 3 signature projects executed by the Governor Hope Uzodimma-led administration. The projects are the 36-kilometer Owerri-Olu Federal Road, the first phase of the dualized 53-kilometer Owerri-Okigwe Road, and the Imo State House of Assembly Complex, which has been renovated and equipped with state-of-the-art equipment and fully furnished. All these assignments have been carried out by the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, since arrival in Imo State early this day. We shall be bringing you updates here as it happens. To stay tuned to the Nigerian Television Authority.
President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Distinguished Senator Ovie Omoagege, Deputy President of the Senate and the APC Governorship Candidate, Delta State. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, and the First Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. Your Excellency, the host governor, Distinguished Senator Hope Obidika Uzodimma Onwa, the governor of Imo State. Your Excellencies, governors of other states, and deputy governors represented at this occasion. Your Excellency, Barrister Mrs. Chioma Uzodimma, the wife of the governor of Imo State and First Lady of the state. Your Excellency, Professor Placid Njoko, the deputy governor of Imo State, and your lovely wife, members of the Senate and members of the National House of Representatives and members of the National Assembly, serving and former. The Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Honorable Barrister Kennedy Ibe. The Deputy Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Amara Iwanyangu, and other members of the State Assembly here present. Members of the Federal Executive Council under entourage of Mr. President, Your Excellencies, former governors here present, the Secretary to the Government of Imo State, Chief Cosmos Iwu, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Barrister Nnamdi Anyahe, the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister C.O.C. Akolisa, and members of the State Executive Council here present, Dr. Ijoma Arodiobu, the National Vice Chairman Southeast of the All Progressives Congress, leading members of the APC National Working Committee to this occasion. The State Chairman, APC Imo State, and members of the State Working Committee. Your Excellency, former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Senator General E.K. Nwachukwu. Former service chiefs present, President General Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Professor George Obiozo, and members of the executive, faith-based leaders, that is, CAN State Chairman and State Chairman, Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, local government sole administrators, Your Royal Highness Eze Dr. E.C. Okeke Ezudo II, MIFAK State Chairman, Traditional Rulers Council, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Chairman, Imo State Elders Council, and members, Captain of Industries, leaders of thoughts and elder statesmen from Southeast Nigeria, distinguished invited guests, members of the fourth estate of the realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Her Excellency, Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, who today is looking very completely like an Igbo man, and I dare give you an Igbo name. I therefore would like to give you an Igbo name, President Muhammadu Buhari Akachukwu, GCFR. Only a year and 3 days ago, you were in Imo State on an official visit to commission and inaugurate projects executed by the very visionary and ebullient governor of Imo State, His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodimma. As at the 9th of September last year, when you came to Imo State, he was just barely 1 year in office. Many people are asking questions, Your Excellency, as to why are you visiting Imo again? And the answers are in public domain. The answers are that it is only when something is sweet that you want to visit a second time. The meals that were served you in Imo State were very sweet, and they have prepared yet other pots of different cuisines for you, and you have found time out of your very busy schedule to come grace these events, to commission more projects. And that is the answer to the questions. Something good is happening in Imo State that attracts the president to Imo again and again. At this point, Your Excellency, Mr. World-Class Projects, as the Imo Lights fondly call the governor of Imo State, has lived to his promise, the campaign promise of Indeed and the entire Imo State, of turning Imo State to a mini London, which is already in the offing despite the daunting challenges that he inherited. Based on his 3 R's, reconstruction, rehabilitation, and recovery. The governor has done a yeoman's job and deserves a tremendous resounding round of applause. I wish we have a type 4 of its kind in this geopolitical zone. Nigeria would be a lot better and a lot more unified. Please applaud the governor one more time. Your Excellency, Governor Hope Uzodinma, you have put your name on the sands of time for the things you have done within a very short period, and many more to come. And you must also agree with me that he's a man of tastes, class, panache, dexterity, and you Imolites should not expect anything less than what you're seeing. Rather, there will be improvement on the things that you're seeing on ground. It is on this note, Your Excellency, that I'd like to, at this point in time, invite the SA protocol to the governor to please take charge at this point in time. Please let's welcome Honorable Bright.
Thank you, Gabriel. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we have a culture in Imo State that if you are happy with your august visitor, you must say welcome. May I humbly invite the governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, to say welcome in the Igbo tradition to His Excellency, Mr. President.
So that you will have a situation where development will unity, so to speak, so that you will not have these locations in the global economic sense. Nigeria plays this, that's why we have the global economic direction and what participants it's Nigeria will have everything that it has. So,
Excellency, Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR. Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governor, the former governors, Honorable Ministers, the President General of Ohanese, Indians and also, they will know. Excellency, this assignment is a very difficult one, given that in this audience, we have traditional title holders from the 5 states of the Southeast, whose seniority one cannot easily establish as to who to recognize first and who not to recognize second. It is on this note I will crave your indulgence to, and the permission of Mr. President, to use the President General of Ohanese as a point of contact and lead with him to, on behalf of the government and people of Imo State, present this scholar to Mr. President and the audience. They will.
Need to sit down. Oh, yes. Kola, presentation is a very serious thing in Igbo land. A serious matter. Because you go to an Igbo man's house, can even give you food, give you everything. But when you ask on your colleague, that means did he give you cola? If you say no, if everything is cancelled.
So, Mr. President, it is a sign of love. It is also a sign of friendship, peace. That is what Kola represents in Igbo. Igbo kwelu. Mr. President, this Kola is for you, and on behalf of Igbos, may I present it to your distinguished self. Thank you very much. Eze Okeke Ezimo. Please bless it.
Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the kola nut has gone to the Eze Imo. His Royal Highness is Dr. E.C. Okeke for his blessing.
Ya ka anyị na-emere ọjị onye isi anyị n'Imo steeti wetara ọjị ahụkwalanụ ha asịzi m ka ndị unu obi ọpụ obi n'ugwu ihu na ka esi agba onye ite egbe hụ ka o si eze mgbe ndị eze mkpa mmadụ ndị eze anyị na-ahụrụ ọjị biko anyị na-asị ka anyị gara igbu ya oge anyị ga-agbapụ ya ọsọ emezupụna ya anyị na-akpọ Chineke ekekere ụwa ụgbara nkịta okwu dị n'ọnụ ọ gị duru onye isi ala anyị Naijiria dutere anyị ya taa na ihe ọma niile ka ọ na-emere anyị site na gọvanọ anyị na-ahụ ya anyị sị Chineke anyị na-ayọ gị ahụ isi ike ka ọ na-eje na-alọta na-asịkwa ya ọnwụranụ na Igbo steeti gọvanọ anyị bụ Oliver Twist ana m asị gị na-emekwere na-aga n'ihu mekwukwere nke imere karịrị nke a si Chineke bịa lere ndị niile bere ebe a mgbe onye isi ala ga-alachi ya ụkwụ o ji bịa ka ọ ga-eji alachi ya ihe ọma ka anyị ga na-enweta n'aka onye isi ala ọ ga-adịrị anyị ndụ ogologo ọ ga-ahụ gọvanọ anyị n'anya ajọ mmụọ na ajọ mmadụ a ga-agbasa ha ụkwụ ogeneji eje ogeneji ya n'abata Imo steeti nna bịa gọzie ọjị a gọzie ndị niile na-ata ya site n'afọ Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
still watching the live broadcast reaching you from NTA, the Nigerian Television Authority, of the grand reception in honor of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. The event you just saw now is the official breaking of the kola nut. Of course, the Igbo man will tell you that he who brings kola brings life. And so where an event starts and ends without the breaking of kola in an Igbo event, of course it means nothing has happened. And that is the respect that has been accorded the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. And of course the kola nut was broken by the Ezimo himself. And while breaking the kola nut, he offered some prayers, of course, for the president, for long life, good health, and of course, a successful completion of tenure come 2023.
Hands when there is need for us to do that. Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency,
supporters of the candidate expressed shock
Muhammadu Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency,
to know why the certificate of return
the Deputy Senate President. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of House of Rep. Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, our own performing governor. Your Excellency, the wife of the Governor of Imo State, Barrister Chioma Uzodinma. Your Excellency, the President General of Ohanese Ndigbo, Professor Ambassador Obiozo. Your Excellencies here present, please let me observe the protocols ably established by the Master of Ceremony. Your Excellency, Mr. President, on behalf of Imo State Government, we want to say a big welcome again to Imo State. It's not been a long time you came to Imo State to commission a project. We are happy again to have you in our midst to commission another landmark project in Imo State. This shows the love you have for Imo State. Despite your busy schedules, you always have time to come to Imo State whenever His Excellency the Governor invites you to come and commission a project. It's good to inform you, Mr. President, that Imo State Governor, His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodinma, has done Imo State proud. I don't know whether it will be breach of protocol, but Your Excellency, thank him for us. He's always ahead of the government, leading us in the right good direction. All the campaign promises he made when we were canvassing for votes, within 3 years, despite inconveniences, despite insecurity, the governor has been able to make his mark. This is one of those projects that have direct impact on the economic and social life of the people, especially the Owerri or Kigwe Road. There is a place we call Ekemele. Before now, even now that is September, you will hardly pass it within 4 hours. It was a nightmare for people in that zone. To come to Owerri was usually something to plan for. But today, and since that road was completed, in less than 20 minutes, people from Okigwe zone will come to Owerri without any problem.
We are happy, Your Excellency, Mr. President. We have enjoyed the roads and other projects, but His Excellency, the Governor, has put his name on the marble. Anybody that applies that road will say, this road was built during the governorship of Hope Uzodinma. And we are proud to be associated with him, as it happened during when I'm the secretary to the government. On behalf of Imo State government, I want to welcome Mr. President and assure you that what we are witnessing today is a product of prudent management of scarce resources put for the use of every Imo citizens. And we hope that we are going to invite His Excellency, Mr. President, to commission more projects in Imo State, because so many are in the pipeline. I want to welcome you on behalf of all of us and thank you and wish you safe journey while you are going back to Abuja. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much for that one, the SSG Chief Cosmas Iwu. And now for his welcome address, let's please make welcome the President General Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide. For his goodwill message, Professor Ambassador George Obiozo. Please, a round of applause.
Country is a promise of greatness. There is everything in this country that you need to make it great. Look at Nigerians. If you give us a chance anywhere outside this Nigeria, it's either we are number one, a very good number two.
President, Commander-in-Chief,
is it
Muhammad
you
Buhari,
want to look at, or is it even the recent administration
Governor
put in place the
Imo State,
United Kingdom, or even Canada?
Senator
Nigerians
Hope
were
Uzodinma and his wife,
back,
the Deputy Governor,
we are people that believe we need
Professor Placid Njoko,
great in any circumstance.
traditional rulers,
Mr. Chairman, IPAC, many thanks for coming. And don't worry,
members of the
very
House,
good time at the end of this month to begin to, tell us exactly
distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me
of course,
stay on the protocol already established.
previous and interviews.
It gives me a great pleasure to once again welcome Mr. President to Owerri, the heartland of Igbo nation. I recall that on Thursday night, September 2021, this same venue, I presented an address to His Excellency Mr. President on a wide range of issues of concern to our people and zone. So much has happened since then, but it is important to inform Mr. President that although our people are doing their utmost to confront plethora of challenges, the two that are of the greatest importance as of today in the Southeast political zone are the issue of security and infrastructure. Your Excellency, Mr. President, it is a pleasure also to acknowledge with appreciation and immense gratitude your encouragement and support to the governments of the Southeast toward the development and growth of the Southeast zone. The people of Imo State, particularly, and the Igbo land in general, commend you for your acts of magnanimity. We also equally want to state categorically, and as you have seen
in the project we have commissioned today and those we did last year, that the Imo State Governor, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, is indeed a committed governor. Development focused, transformation governor, and a statesman. In conclusion, Mr. President, I wish to reiterate and speak on behalf of our NTA worldwide, both at home and in diaspora, that our people are committed to the Nigeria project. That we desire a country that provides the platform and opportunities to contribute our utmost best to the growth of our fatherland. We seek justice, equity, fairness, and going by our historical antecedents, we are in every part of Nigeria, and therefore claim to be the most federated of all Nigeria. As we bid you farewell and safe journey to Abuja, it will be my pleasure to present to Mr. President a booklet called The Journey So Far, which is a compilation of my public speeches as President General of our NTA. Mr. President, thank you very much. You are welcome, and thank you all.
We can do better for the President General of NTA. Presentation is being made to Mr. President. The governor is transmitting accordingly. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when we look at the history of today, considering the commissioning of Owerri-Olu Road, Owerri-Okigwe Road, and of course, the rehabilitated Imo State House of Assembly, we can now agree the 3R mantra of this administration: rehabilitation, reconstruction, and recovery. And now, with due respect to Mr. President, may I humbly invite this hope of Imo State, this hope that goes to Abuja to meet with Mr. President and he comes back bringing hope to Imo people. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, Governor, Imo State, in the language of the Bible, may I say, Master, speak, your people hear it.
Your Excellency, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, most distinguished Senator Ovia Omo Agege, Deputy President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wasi, Deputy Speaker, Federal House of Representatives, National Assembly, Abuja. Your Excellency, Barrister Mrs. Shoma Uzodimma, wife of the Governor of Imo State, representatives of governors of the Southeast who are here, Your Excellency, Professor Placid Njoku, Deputy Governor of Imo State, the President General Ohanes Zendi, members of the National Assembly, serving and non-serving, Chairman of APC in Imo State, McDonald Ebere PhD, all the candidates of APC for 2023 forthcoming elections who are in this hall. I recognize all of you. The Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Barrister Kennedy Ibe, and the Deputy Speaker and other members of Imo State House of Assembly, members of the Federal Executive Council, and the entourage of Mr. President. I have a very long list here, but if you will agree, I want to crave your indulgence to align myself with the protocol list already established by the Master of Ceremony. Should I go on? Those in favor say yeah, against say no, the yes average. Your Excellency, Mr. President, on behalf of the government and good people of Imo State, I am very pleased to most warmly welcome you, our father, our leader, His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, to our dear state of Imo. Imo State is the hospitality capital of Eastern Nigeria. Mr. President, sir, Imo people are delighted and excited to have you in our midst today. We are equally grateful that you kindly accepted to honor us with your esteemed presence for the second time in about 1 year, in spite of your incredible busy schedule. To put it mildly, my joy knew no bounds when you kindly accepted to come in person to commission these key projects, which are among the signature projects of this administration. I also welcome you in a very special way, all those who have accompanied Mr. President on this memorable visit, which he has made for the purpose of commissioning 3 flagship projects successfully executed by my administration. May I also formally welcome and appreciate the various strata of Imo society who have assembled here to welcome our dear President. I'm also glad that you are here in your numbers from across and beyond Imo State. Indeed, leaders from Southeast are here to welcome our dear President. Today's event will serve as yet another testament to the unassailable resolve of my administration to serve Imo people with dedication and a deep sense of purpose. The landmark projects which have just been commissioned by Mr. President today include the dualized Owerri-Olu Road, the Owerri-Okigwe Road Phase 1, terminating at Angar, the rebuilt, refurnished, and equipped Imo State House of Assembly complex. Mr. President, each of these projects has a remarkable history behind it. For instance, The dualized Owerri-Olu Road, a 35-kilometer road, has been a nightmare for motorists for over 2 decades. The state of the road was made worse by its uniquely difficult topography, complicated by erosion, especially gully erosion at Njava Amucha axis, which has defied solution until now. Our people readily recall with some sense of trepidation the promise of President Shehu Shagari to tackle the Amucha erosion problem when he visited Imo State over 40 years ago. At the time of his visit, the erosion was already threatening to cut off the affected villages from the rest of Imo State. Unfortunately, that promise was not kept. Perhaps to underscore the high expectations of the people for a lasting solution to the Njaba-Amucha erosion menace, and their disappointment over the consequent inability of the then Shagari administration to keep its promise, our people evolved a saying which stands any failed promise around here as Shagari's promise to Amucha people. The good news today is that 40-year-old promise made by the Second Republic President has been partly fulfilled under the watch of President Mohamed Buhari. Mr. President, this is so because this federal road, the Owerri-Olu Carriage Road, which you have just commissioned, is the same federal road that goes across the hitherto perilous Amucha erosion site. The intractable nature of the erosion at the Njaba end of the road was one of the lame excuses or reasons that previous administrations gave for not fixing such an economically important road. To the glory of God, we found the courage, the dedication, the means, and the requisite technology to fix it. I'm happy and proud to share the good news that the seemingly intractable and dreaded Njaba erosion menace is now being comprehensively addressed. Beyond the reference to history, this road, which goes across 7 local government areas of the state, is economically and geographically strategic. The farmers and entrepreneurs in the communities connected by this road now have the much needed access to the capital city of Owerri, where they can find a bigger market for their produce and wares. With this road, several other local markets located along and around the road have also been re-energized by increased patronage, which has been made possible by the improved access. Sellers and buyers living around on these roads are now very excited and happy. The road has also improved the ability of civil servants who live in these parts of the state to commute to work and return to their homes on a daily basis. Similarly, transporters and travelers who ply the road are already reporting improved business outlook and a better traveling experience through the state. More than anything else, it was the economic and social importance of the road that made it a priority project and informed our determination to realize it in spite of the upgrade as it was. The second project, which is the 52-kilometer Owerri-Okigwe Road, which facilitates our access to parts of Abia, Enugu, and the Ebonyi states, experienced the same fate of abandonment until the intervention of our administration. In the abandoned state, a journey from Owerri to Okigwe took up to 3 hours instead of the normal 50 minutes or less. This was also partly because the impact of volcanic erosion at Akabo and many other failed portions of the road made it impossible. The impassable portion became the trap and forced motorists to take the top through narrow paths in several villages before being able to access the motorable parts of the road. The construction of the first phase of the road from Owerri to Anna has now been realized under our watch. Mr. President, it is our commitment to deliver the second phase of the road before the end of January next year. The President has said under our watch again because the construction of these key roads, including some ongoing ones, has been made possible through your support and encouragement. In line with your administration's commitment to the sustenance of democracy through strengthening of its institutions and the different arms of government, my administration embarked upon the total reconstruction, rebuilding of the State House of Assembly complex. As a matter of fact, when I assumed office as the governor of the state, the House of Assembly complex had been completely abandoned and had become a shadow of itself. Indeed, for over 10 years, lawmakers had fled the complex for a temporary accommodation outside the complex for fear of losing their lives because of this level of dilapidation, which has made it a death trap. Believing that the state legislators deserve a better meeting place, I was moved to embark on the capital-intensive project of rebuilding the assembly complex. I had to do this because I am aware that this election is the bastion of democracy as well as the symbol of the people's power. As we know, the parliamentarians are the representatives of all our people. So the House of Assembly is the meeting point of the people, irrespective of their political differences. I am proud to announce to you, Mr. President, that the Assembly complex, which houses the People's Parliament, has now come back to life. Mr. President, sir, I'm talking about the imposing edifice that you have just kindly commissioned for us today. Your Excellency, these three projects are part of the signature projects which are currently receiving the attention of my administration. It is noteworthy, however, to mention that there are several other road and infrastructure projects which my administration is undertaking. While some of these have been completed, many more are still under construction or awaiting inauguration. We pride ourselves as apostles of road revolution because in less than 3 years since I took over as the government, this administration has done more than 105 roads across 27 local governments. Under our prosperity agenda, encapsulated in reconstruction, rehabilitation, and recovery, we intend to connect all communities in the state with motorable roads before the end of our first term. Well, that plan, we only recently planned out the construction of 2 new roads that are key to economic development of the state, which incidentally are also federal roads. These 2 important roads can be rightly described as the economic aspects of the state, as they directly link us to Abia and Anambra State. In addition, they also serve as access roads to many more states, including Ebonyi State, Akwa Ibom State, and Cross River State. This implies that when completed, they will boost interstate trade and tourism between us and other states. The 2 roads have one thing in common. and that is prolonged negligence and abandonment. The first of this is the long neglected Owerri, Mbise, Obo, and Umuahia Road. While the other is the equally long neglected Olun, Mgbe, Akokwa, Uruala, Oga Road. As I speak, the engineering designs for the construction of these two roads is making rapid progress. I wish to emphatically put it on record that by the time these roads are completed, our people should have a fair handle to drive the economic and social revival of our state. I make bold to say that when these two federal roads are delivered, to add to the two Your Excellency has just commissioned. Virtually, all the 27 local governments in the state would have been linked by solid, properly laid out, and durable highways that will massively transform the economic landscape of the state for good. Mr. President, I am proud to tell you that our goal is to leave Imo State far better than we met it. In the pursuit of this goal, we have remained steadfast, we have remained tenacious, and we have remained resilient. Above all, we have refused to be distracted by the threats of insecurity and social media blackmail and propaganda, most of which are politically contrived and sponsored. So I'm confident that soon, when the work is done, we can look back and proudly say, yes, we did it. Yes, we did it. We did that which looked impossible. And we did it in just 4 years. So shall it be to the glory of God. Mr. President, we have refused to succumb to social media blackmail and propaganda. Rather, we have decided to concentrate so that our performance will strategically speak for us. Because according to the popular saying in this part of the world, it is an acceptable norm that seeing is believing. You will recall, sir, that during your last visit, you commissioned the Nigerian Inyagba Obis Road, which links to two federal government-owned tertiary institutions, namely the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and the Federal Polytechnic, Nekede. You also inaugurated the Iwayan bypass. You inaugurated the brand new Executive Council chamber and the balloon flood control technology. These are strong indicators of our commitment to recover our state from their infrastructure deficit, as well as usher our people into a new world of unparalleled economic opportunities. We remain grateful to you, Mr. President, as our father, for always being there for us, for supporting us in diverse ways and making it possible for us to serve our people better. The fact that we have been to Imo State twice in a space of 1 year is a clear confirmation that you have a special love for Imo State and her people. Beyond that, you have also repeatedly demonstrated your love for Ndi Igbo, and Ndi Imo in particular. Your kind approval recently for the federal government's takeover of Abanikoku College of Education, a matter that has been lingering for 2 decades, is a clear pointer in this direction. Again, only recently, you approved for the Federal Medical Center in Owerri to be upgraded to a teaching hospital for clinical practice and research by students and staff of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Mr. President, the establishment of a naval base at Abuja is another testimony for your care for Igbo people. This would not have been This could not have come at a more critical time than now. If I then list all you have done for Imo State, we may not live here today. But I can't leave out the fact that your prompt intervention helped to restore peace and order in our state. But for your timely, prompt and fatherly intervention through the security agencies, Imo State would have been overrun by bandits and hoodlums. For this, I also say a big thank you, Mr. President. You have also demonstrated your love for Ndi Igbo through the completion of the second River Niger Bridge, a project that has been on the bucket list of Ndi Igbo for decades. This is a project that previous administration paid lip service to and turned it into a campaign taunt of Ndi Igbo. But without much fanfare, you have tackled the multi-billion naira project head on. Mr. President, I must tell you that since the end of the Civil War, it is under your administration that federal government will do one project at a cost in excess of 360 billion naira. It has never done by any government before 2015. Today, the bridge is almost completed, awaiting commissioning. The same goes for the upgrading of Enugu Airport to a proper international airport with all the necessary facilities in place. The reconstruction of Aba-Umuahia Enugu to Onitsha dual carriageway is yet another landmark project of your administration in the southeast. There are indeed many more, and we are truly grateful for you. We are truly grateful for your very kind disposition towards us. Indeed, we appreciate it. We are indeed very grateful. Mr. President, we continue to commend you. We continue to thank you, while also expecting that we will continue to support Ndigo and do more projects in the Southeast. What then, Mr. President, shall we repay you with? First, we offer and assure you of our loyalty. Secondly, we pledge to be law-abiding to make it easier for you to govern Nigeria. And thirdly, I will continue to serve Imo State. I will continue to serve Imo people with utmost honesty, dedication, accountability, and the fear of God. And on this, I will not fail, knowing that this is what you expect of me. Thank you, Mr. President, for visiting us for the second time and for accepting to commission our projects on 3 occasions. We shall await your next visit to commission more projects. I wish you and your entourage a very safe and smooth return to Abuja. And please stay us well to your family when you get back. Bondimo, thank you very much for standing by me and for believing in me. Without your support, we couldn't have done much. Thank you also, my brothers and sisters from Southeast, from different states in the Southeast, and those who came from outside Southeast. Thank you, the Deputy Senate President and Deputy Speaker, for finding time to identify with me in this occasion. I want to join hands and join all of us to welcome Mr. President to Owerri. Mr. President, you are welcome. Ndewo. May God bless all of us as we return safely to our different destinations. Long live Imo State. Long live Southeast. Long live Mr. President. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God bless all of us.
Chineke na-emegokwa nwa ogbenye nsege. Every day by day I just dey say everything I do.
Thank you very much.
Imo State Governor Hope Uzodimma there appreciating Mr. President for finding time to come to Imo State and for also acknowledging the various contributions of the federal government, especially in the southeast and in Imo State in particular. He has pledged his commitment to service to the people of Imo State and also commitment to Mr. President, and has also expressed the hope that before the end of Mr. President's tenure, he will be also privileged to host him a third time. Let's look forward to that.
Your Excellency, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, and Mama Imo, Barrister Mrs. Chioma Uzodimma, the Deputy Senate President of the Senate and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly observed. I would like to say, Mr. President, that in unison, the Imo people thank Almighty God for the gift of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. He is a special gift to Imo State at a critical time as this. It is thought that there's hardly any other person, or there are not many people who would have been able to stand the heat that exists today in Imo State, but somebody with the courage, with the broad shoulder, and the special gift of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. We do know, Your Excellency, President, that distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma derives most of its inspiration from you. He is constantly in touch with you. Each time he comes back from a trip to Abuja, he brings new ideas and new hope to the state. You can see for yourself that in 2 visits, you have commissioned very many signature projects delivered by distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. And so, we are very grateful to you for the support you have constantly given to him, the courage that you've allowed him to exhibit as he marshals out the intellect in him, the sagacity in him, the savvy elements that make him. For the second time in a year, this is September, and last year, September, you were here. We are hoping that you will come again before the end of your tenure to commission the second phase of the Owerri-Okigwe Road. And indeed, the other 2 roads, Owerri-Umuahia and Olo-Akokwa roads. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've had a great day. God has been gracious with us. Some rainmakers, Your Excellency, had indicated that they were going to bring the rain down today. And what we did as chairman of committee of the planning committee for this event was to tell our people to go on their knees and pray to God because we believe in God. And they did. And I think we've had one of the best weathers in a very long time. And so, Your Excellency, we thank you very much for coming. We expect you to come again soon. And we wish you a very safe journey back to Abuja. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like that we, at this point in time, please, can we have some quiet in the hall? And I appreciate the governor who symbolizes trust and loyalty to his friends, well-wishers, and associates, and has brought hope to the downtrodden in Imo State. Please, a round of applause for the governor of Imo State again. A vote of thanks, actually. Mr. President, I learned something from the Indians when I had the privilege of going to India. Vote of thanks actually are meant to be very brief. Indians would do it in a very different manner. The only thing they do that is similar to ours is the observance of protocol. And we hear something like, Mr. President, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, all of you, thank you very much for coming. But in thanking everybody in India, you have to thank everybody individually so you can carry everybody along. And without wasting time, I'd like to start, Mr. President. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And a thank you has been done. But ladies and gentlemen, because of the import of this event, the Deputy Governor has taken us through that. But I'd like to, at this juncture, crave an indulgence to please do join me in welcoming the tallest president ever in Nigeria from 1999 to date, who has also left an indelible mark with the things that he's doing, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the #1 citizen of Nigeria, for his address at this juncture. Can we please give a bigger round of applause?
Yeah, please sit down. Please sit down. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, and your wife, the Deputy Senate President, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, honorable ministers, religious leaders, the President of Ohanese Igbo worldwide, our royal fathers, illustrious sons and daughters of Imo State and the Southeast, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be back in Imo State, the Eastern Heartland, to commission a number of projects executed by the administration of His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma. I'm happy to note that within just 3 years of the administration of Governor Uzodinma, I have made 2 official visits to Imo State to commission projects in the state. On each occasion, I have received very warm hospitality of Imo people, for which I am always appreciating. As it is often said in local Igbo parlance, a good road deserves a second passage. It is a pleasant coincidence that the name of your governor, Uzodinma, is derived from this same idiom. Little wonder, therefore, that he has made the provision of good roads one of his top priorities. Our administration recognizes the importance of critical infrastructure in economic development, and we are determined to drive the economic development of Nigeria through the provision of vital infrastructure across the length and the breadth of the country. This can be seen in our commitment to certain critical projects such as deep seaports, new airport terminals and buildings, various railway projects, a network of gas and power infrastructure, roads and bridges, including the second Niger Bridge, telecommunications, infrastructure, to mention but a few. I am therefore happy to see that the APC administration of Ghana, of Governor Uzodinma, is doing similar improvement here in Imo State. I commend the governor for being able to do so with the limited resources at the disposal of the state government. This proves that when leaders are dedicated and focused, much can be achieved for our people. In my last visit here, I encourage you all to support your governor so that he can do more for the people of Imo State. I am happy that you took my advice, and today he has presented to me 3 key projects for commissioning. I have just commissioned the dualized Owori-Olu Road, the Owori-Okigwe Road, Phase 1, and the rebuilt House of Assembly complex. I am told that these 2 major roads, which I commissioned, cut through several local government areas of the state. The roads will therefore serve as major stimulants to the local economy of these parts of the state. I am also now aware that previous administrations in the state were unable to fix these roads because of their unique and difficult terrains, which are complicated by erosion. So it took the sheer determination and the courage of the current government to fix these roads. So I say bravo to the governor of Imo State, whose name I was informed means good road. I was also informed that the House of Assembly complex, which I have just commissioned, was dilapidated and abandoned for over 10 years before the intervention of the present administration. This is equally commendable because the importance of the legislative arm of government, the sustenance of democracy. I therefore applaud the governor who, according due respect to this arm of government, which is at the heart of our democracy. Let me also briefly comment on what the government of Imo State has termed the road revolution going on in the state. But I prefer to call it an infrastructure revolution. On our part, the federal government will continue to support the government of Imo State to ensure that it continues to provide the dividends of democracy to the people. This support is equally available to all the states of the Federation, irrespective of the differences in political party affiliations. Once again, I thank the people of Imo State for supporting your governor. I urge you to continue to do so to enable this administration, which he leads, concentrate on the task of good governance. I also thank the government and people of Imo State for the hospitality and warm reception which you always extend to me and my delegation whenever we are here. I wish you the best. Thank you very much indeed. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please sit down. I have to digress from my prepared speech. Talk of infrastructural development. Since my last visit, I was very impressed to have seen what has been done within this short time and the posture of resources. I don't think any state government would like to invite me because having known that I have been here twice, and my honest comments on what I saw, not what I heard, maybe they are not prepared to invite me, and I don't mind not being invited. The question of insecurity and the bandits, the second Niger bridge. If Nigerians will reflect, anyway, to be frank to you, I have been blaming Nigerian elite for not sitting and thinking hard about our country. Between 1999 and 2015, when we came in, I like people to check the central bank and the NNPC. The average production was 2.1 million barrels a day. Average production, 2.1 million barrels a day. At the average cost of $100 per barrel. So Nigeria was earning for that time 2.1 million times 100 times the number of days in those years. But to look at the state of infrastructure, some of the roads since the good old PTF days, look at the railway, it was virtually killed. Power, we are still struggling. But when we came, was an unfortunate incident. The militants in the south were unleashed. Production went down to 500,000 barrels a day. And again, being unfortunate, the cost of petroleum went down from $28 to $37. But look at the problem in the northeast. Check with anybody from Borno or Adama, how many local governments were in the hands of the government then? They were in the hands of so-called Boko Haram. Whoever they are. But now, go and ask the hard-working governor of Borno State. Very hard-working governor. Federal government is there in charge now. So, the relative time and resources I have to say it because those who are supposed to say it are not saying it. Thank you very much.
The first round of applause now. Thank you very much, Mr. President. You've actually done exceedingly well. We're just going to invite a few of you to join the President for a group photograph of that end where they are standing. They will only take a group photograph. I invite you, Senator Ike to please join in, as well as the former Governor, Secretary Dr. Ikiri Hakim, General Governor, and General Sunday Chikwe. Please let's join them. Chief Emmanuel Iwanamo. Let's join them quickly for this group photograph. There will be no time for this. As soon as we're done with the photograph, it will be time for the voters. The visitors notebook has been signed already. Professor George should also stand and join in this photograph. Prof, I believe this elder statesman joining this quickly. In the visitors notebook that was signed by Mr. President, can we please have it back? The the visitor's notebook that was signed already. Thank you. Let's have it, please. Thank you. Let's have this photograph quickly. Time is of the essence. President, I've told you, Governor also did the same thing.
Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, President Federal Republic of Nigeria there, expressing gratitude to the Imo State government for the numerous contributions to the federal government and of course the development strides in Imo State. He couldn't hide his joy, obviously. He used the word very carefully. I am impressed. And of course, impressed he is. He has thanked the government and also urged the people of Imo State to continue to support the government of the APC and to ensure that the government lands safely.
Many more, still counting. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem, please, to bring this event to a close. The national anthem. This will remain standing and allow for His Excellency the Governor to see off the august visitor along with members of the exalted high table. And we want to wish you a very safe trip back to Abuja and wish you a very, very healthy tenure which comes to an end in May next year. But before then, just as you promised, Mr. Governor, Mr. President, you'll be coming back to Imo again and again, and to only the states that are performing. We wish you safe journey. Have a nice day and God bless you all. Thank you very much. God bless you. On behalf of Honorable Bright, the Special Advisor and Chief of Protocol to the Governor of Imo State, and my colleague Lilian Duru Valentine, I am Andy Gabriel. I wish you a very pleasant day. God bless you.
The national anthem brings to a close the live coverage of the civic reception in honor of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, who is in Imo State on a one-day working visit. The civic reception held at the Government House Banquet Hall, Owerri, of course, is an eye-opener and a creation of an expectation of the return of Mr. President to Imo State. On behalf of everyone who made this live broadcast possible, I wish to thank Nigerians for being a part of the NTA.